Congratulations on your purchase of your Solid Rock Automation UL325 listed operator. Today we're going to go through some of the basic components and functions of your operator. To start, we're going to remove these two top pieces of tin. And this will expose everything inside on your secured side of your operator. With the purchase of your Solid Rock operator, if you need to move it around your shop, you can either move it by a crane or with a forklift with the picking device that we'll supply. Center of gravity is going to be roughly in this area, and it'll sit underneath like this, and then you can pick up your operator to move it until you get your gate planted. Starting from the left over here, we have two NEMA enclosures. The first NEMA enclosure here, depending on what accessories you have with your gate, you might have a DSP6 and DSP10 detector for your loops. We have two breakers here. Your first breaker powers on your system. Your second breaker supplies power to your motor. This is a solid state relay here, which is a ground trigger for your motor when it operates. Your next NEMA enclosure here, this is your charger. You have two other breakers and the sun saver. This acts as a charge controller. When I turn on this first breaker, that supplies power from your charger into the sun saver. The next breaker sends the power from your sun saver into your battery. Moving on a little further, we have our 20 amp GFCI that your charger is plugged into. Underneath down here, we have a thermostat. That thermostat controls only your ground floor heat mats. You also have a heater on your tank, your cylinder, and your battery that is also insulated with a blanket that is controlled by the microcontroller. The microcontroller is like the brains of your entire system, and this is the display that communicates some of your functions into the microcontroller. You see we got several bits of information here that are important. We have your hydraulic temperature, your hydraulic pressure, your current battery voltage. You have your encoder position, how many gate cycles you have, and your error code. You'll see a couple little points here. These are some of your common safeties you have, and if you have a fault on any of these, they will switch to red. Each one of these are a button that coincides with the inputs on your screen. Starting on the bottom left here, we have setup. Let's get past this screen. On this screen here, you're going to see several numbers. All these numbers correspond to the speed of your gate. You have a lower and a raise fast command. That is when your gate is in full speed, and a raise and slow command. By changing that slow command or the raise command, you're changing your overall speed of your gate when it's moving. Going to the next screen. This is some of your information for your encoder position. In this screen here, you can adjust when your gate is in its full stop, up or down, and where your gate is going to start to slow down into your stop, either coming down or going up. On your next screen here, this is your timer opening setup, where you can set a schedule for your operator based on holidays or work hours. I'm going to return back to the home screen. Your next button here is your manual control. Your first button here, manual control off. This little keypad here, you got an up, down, left, and a right. The center button is enter. If I push that center button, you can see that I turn manual control on. I can scroll over to raise the gate or lower the gate. And if I push and hold that button, the gate is going to move in the corresponding direction. Hitting return to go back to the home screen. Your next one is your inputs and outputs. This is an important screen. On your inputs and outputs, they have several inputs here. These are for all the safeties of your gate. Your X0, that's lit up because the gate would be considered in the down position right now. Your X1 will light up when the gate is vertical. Your X2 in, your X2 out, that is if you have vertical tape switches on your gate. X4, that is your receiver for your remotes. X5 is your exit detector. X6 is your photo eye. X7 is your Knox box. X101 in, X101 out, those are your in-ground safeties or virtual safeties. Your X102 will be your horizontal tape switch on your gate. Your X103 we talked about on the DIN rail. That is for your open command. And your Y5 is your error signal for the reset button. Returning back to your home screen, you have your last one here, which is special functions. You have three options here. You have cycle gate, hold open single, hold open 3 minutes. Your cycle gate function, if I was to cycle the gate, your gate's going to raise. It's going to start through its factory setting countdown timer of 25 seconds and then return down. If I hit over here to hold open single, your gate's going to raise and stay open until you hit cycle gate to bring it back down. Hold open 3 minutes is a one-time use. You just holds open for 3 minutes and comes back down and then goes back into normal function afterwards. Now that we go back to the home screen, if you're to lose all your power, now we're going to go over to the manual operation of your gate to how to get your gate to raise. Coming over here, you have your DC 3/4 horse motor, and this is your hydraulic power unit. You have your valves here, And a little bit further down, you have your emergency hand pump that you can lift your gate up or down if you lose power. You have an up valve and a down valve here. There's instructions here and also on the display here that walks you through step by step how to raise or lower your gate. All you're going to do is push in and give a quarter turn. Once you give that quarter turn, this hand pump will pressurize your cylinder and lift your gate. Once you've raised your gate, if you get to the end of the day, you need to lower it back down. You're just going to do the opposite. You're going to open this back up, reach in, quarter turn the down valve, go back to your hand pump, and this will lower your gate back down.